The rest of the show's filming has passed mostly without incident, but it's still not clear whether scenes filmed close to the War Memorial will ever be seen. The BBC has emphasised that the cenotaph was never intended to be featured and therefore wouldn't appear in the final film. Chris Evans said if it was up to him, that particular scene shouldn't be shown. Weeks before it airs, yet again Top Gear's been making headlines for the wrong reasons. Lisa Mazimba, BBC News.
Well, Rita Clifton is a branding expert and she's been telling me what effect this controversy could have on the Top Gear brand.
This is a very high-profile programme. It's going to get a pretty high-profile kicking. And what it needs to make sure is that it keeps all the things that it's really good at doing. I mean, it's always operated on the fringes of good taste, shall we say. When the Jeremy Clarkson era, maybe it was more bordering towards the boorish. With Chris Evans, I suspect we'll see a bit more of the madcap type of, good taste, or bad taste rather. So it's an important element of Top Gear. They've got to make sure, though, that fringe of the good taste doesn't actually step right over the line.
OK, you say it's been given a bit of a kicking. Do they really care about that, given that it's only become the brand that it has, and so successful has it become because of the controversy that's been stirred up in the past? You say it's going to be slightly madcap now, a bit more zany, Chris Evans, whatever, but controversy, they like that, really, don't they?
They really do like that. This is a fantastically successful global brand. We should also remember that. So clearly there are sensitivities about the cenotaph. Everyone understands that. You could argue that maybe this is all a set-up, but they have got to be careful. The British and the military and, all of the sensitivities around there, they've got to be careful where they tread. But this is a global brand. It won't play out in quite the same way. What people around the world will want to see is not only the stuff from Top Gear that they really love and recognise, this eccentric, irreverent, funny old thing, but they also want to see a bit of a renewal as well. And that's the opportunity for the new presenters. But obviously, not everybody likes stuff that's new. If you look at what's happened with films, you look at the Olympics, people are also queuing up to give those films or that, that event a good kicking. What really matters, it was a great event in the Olympics. It was a great film with Star Wars. Let's see what happens with this other very good global brand, which is Top Gear.
OK, so sailing close to the wind, perhaps maybe not as close as Mr. Clarkson might have done, generally. You think more zany, more madcap. Obviously, the proof is in the pudding, eating of the pudding or whatever. Do you think it'll work?
I think there's a very good chance of it working because, you've got two incredibly professional characters here. And we've got a great blend of, the slightly mad, eccentric British guy who's nevertheless a fantastically professional presenter. And also you've got someone with truly global appeal. Now, any brand, any strong brand, whether it's a TV brand, whether or not it's a product or whatever, what they need to do is make sure that they understand what they're strong at, and they also need to make sure they're constantly refreshing and renewing who they are and how they come across. And that, if they get it right, will be the special blend that will make Top Gear carry on being an increasingly successful global brand. If they get that mix wrong, or if they step on the wrong side of good taste, particularly for some of the British-based audiences, then they are going to have to be a bit careful. But there is every indication that this could be extremely successful. Let's just see what the programme is like, and then detractors will either shut up or otherwise they'll keep on crowding in there.
Rita Clifton speaking to me a little earlier.